Still to come on the Afro Journal podcast.
The guy got out of the sunken place and came back home.
I gave her a fake credit card number. What
you're able to do is based off of the capacity of your mind, and the car was stolen. Moment of silence.
Candace Owens versus Megan Thee Stallion. I'll go with Candace Stallion.
Baby girls, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my brothers and sisters, my uncles and aunties,
everybody.
We are back.
We are back.
Oh my God.
We are back.
I am ready for this episode today, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Peter Nkechukwu Chibuzo Aleogo Jr.
And I'm Chisom Ejikeme Jeremiah Okafor.
Welcome back to the Afro Journal podcast. Episode 16.
Whoa, we're moving.
Very special episode. Let me just tell you, ladies and gentlemen, very special episode. Because we have a very special guest.
Ooh.
You feeling me?
Ha!
We
very
have
special somebody.
We have a king in the midst in this episode. Please introduce yourself.
Hey, you know how it is. How y'all doing? My name's Ndek Kimbang, also known as Nday and Night, also known as Dan Dada, also known as the Cameroonian Papi. Or you already know what it is.
You told them.
You know what I'm saying? Follow me on the gram. That's NDENNIGHT, and that is Ndek, not Nday. You know, you got to get it correct.
Tell them.
This is what I'm talking about, man. Peter, what was that thing you said? A Cameroonian bazooka.
Oh my God. Oh my God. But before we get into this episode, let Chisom explain the proverb of last week. Take it away.
Yes, so the proverb from last week was simple. Rain does not fall on one roof alone. Rain does not fall on one roof alone. I feel like this is very simple, right? Your problems are not unique to you. Let me look at you right now. All of you that think that you're going through life alone by yourself, trust me, someone has gone through what you're going through before. So never feel like you're alone, because rain doesn't fall on one roof alone. I feel like that's a dope way to start this episode, man, because this is about to be a banger. It's about to be a vibe.
Well, let's go back to our guests. Like we said, we have a king in front of us, a Cameroonian king, right?
Yep.
And you guys are wondering, okay, who the hell is this guy? How do we know him? Like, what is he doing here on this podcast? But let's just tell you that we knew him ever since me and Chisom were in WPI in college. You know what I mean? He was our first, how do I say, like, black mentor. You know, college mentor. We're looking at him like, wow, look at this guy.
This guy's happy that they know.
Look at this guy.
You know what it is?
Look at this guy. He's doing things.
I've mentored a couple youth them.
Exactly. But we obviously we met during our freshman year, and it was a sophomore, right? And you know, the majority of the time we met during BSU meetings. And you know, Ende had a huge part to do with that, but we'll move on from that. But Ende, you know, how did you get to know us as people? Like, what were your first impressions of me and Chisom?
You know,
if you even had one.
So here's the thing. Chisom came in. He had his older brother, Chima Okafor.
Yeah.
So when Chisom came, I was like, damn, Chisom is skinny. Has that boy ever eaten? Because you know how, and you see those commercials for 50 cents a day, you can save your I thought they were talking about Chisom, no lie. I was scared. Thank God, you know, he ate.
God.
After the first year, the guy started eating, you know, getting strong. And then Peter, Peter, I never saw him because Peter initially, he didn't hang out with the black people, you know. He came from Nigeria. The guy said, wow, white.
Wow,
said,
I'm in America.
White woman, Asian woman, all of these. Let me not talk to the black people. It was not only after the guy got out of the sunken place and came back home. We welcomed him with open arms. With open arms.
Yeah. This is misinformation to the max.
Peter.
This is misinformation to the max. Let me explain myself now. I have to defend myself.
Yeah, defend yourself.
I was in the sunken place. I've said this in previous episodes. I didn't want to be that stereotypical, like, oh, let me be part of the black organization. I was like, what is that? Oh, they have to be part of the black organization. You know, and plus, I've been in the US for 2 years in high school. You know what I mean? And I was the only black person. I was already used to being the only black person in front of a whole bunch of non-black people. Then, so when I went to WPI, it wasn't really like a shock for me. I was already comfortable in that kind of space. But I just realized that, like, I met Chisom, I met Ende, but being part of BSC, I didn't see it was not even like a big thing during that time, during that freshman year. It wasn't really a big thing. It was like after like it was sophomore year, like when Ende became part of the board. Officially, that's when I was like, okay, let me start moving into BFC. You feel me? That's what I'm saying. And plus, I also like flirted with black girls in my freshman year. So don't spread that misinformation.
Maybe that one black girl, but it's fine. We'll move on.
Okay, so one can't count.
All right, we're messing with you, fam. All right, cool. But so you guys already see we know each other from college. It's been a vibe, but ever since. But anyway, before we get into your college story, we just want to understand like your upbringing, right? Like where were you born, and like how did that kind of shape the man that you became? Because I know that you're not just like an American country man. Exactly.
Yeah, I like to call myself multi-dimensional. So I was born in Lowell, Massachusetts, repping the 978. It's about 30 minutes out from Boston, and born and raised out there. Basketball star, supposed to make it to the NBA, but it's okay. I let my guy I let my guy Terrence Mann do it. Terrence Mann in the Clippers.
How tall are you?
Do it. That's not important. But anyway, I was 6 foot poppy. 6 foot poppy. When I'm wearing sneakers, I'm 6'1". So, and then actually, I lived in Cameroon for a little bit. Cameroon. That's
so you were born in Lowell.
Yes, sir.
And you went to Cameroon for a while.
I did. To the motherland.
This guy was a stubborn child. It was clear.
No. Look at
this guy was a stubborn child.
The reason why I went back, it was multifaceted. So let me tell you, part of it was to understand and know more about my culture and upbringing, where I'm from. That's very important. And second of all, my mom, she was in law school, so with 3 little rascals, it was really tough. So I went to Cameroon. I was there from 7th grade to 10th grade. Went to a boarding school. That was an experience, especially being the kid from America. Everyone is trying to put you on a pedestal, but I am on a pedestal. You already know, but it's like, man, it was an experience. But that is a whole episode.
Explain that real quick. So so you came from America,
yes.
Right? Let's talk about like when you first landed in Cameroon. Yes. How was that for you? Was it like
I remember I remember the day I landed. The day I landed, I remember the air smelled different.
It's not clean. It's not clean.
No. Oh, the air smells different. Listen, you get to the airport, everyone is like, "Oh, let me help you in your bag. Let me help you. Come. Make I help you." My auntie said, "Don't give any people these bags." And corruption, all this stuff. I come in, they're trying to tell me that, "Oh, you can't come in, visa this, visa that." My uncle pulls out money. Bap, done. They don't talk to him again. Done. It's man, it was problem, man. It was problem.
Yeah. But like, how did you transition into secondary school as the American kid, right? Like, did you get bullied in Cameroon for being the American kid, or were you like, this is the, we'll put this guy up on the like high pedestal because he's the American kid?
Did we really bully the American kids? We thought the American kids were different.
I did not get bullied.
I just want to hear as well, because Cameroon is not the same.
People assume that I was dull. You come from the US, you're the stupid kid. That you're not good at school.
Yeah, honestly, we do think
I'm competitive. Me, I'm too competitive. My uncle wanted me to start back a year. I said, no, don't disrespect me like that. So, I got into school, I kicked ass, I did my thing, except for French. I didn't even pay attention to French. So, I ended up passing French only when I took the final exam. They called it GCE. But yeah, I did my thing. And then when it comes to girls, like, I'm American, so they already put you on the pedestal. It's like, oh my gosh, America wonder, wow.
Oh
listen, but I ain't gonna lie, I got used a little bit. I got played. I'd come, they'd be like, oh hey, let's go during recess. Hey, let's go to the canteen. Can you buy me something? Just give me a little shoulder touch. I'm spending the American dollars because and then what happens after that? Nothing.
They didn't give you
my guy was a nice guy.
Yeah, man. I got played. We actually talked about that.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was last episode or 2 episodes ago. We talked about that, like when a girl touches your shoulder or something like that, and she asks you to do something,
You know, that's why you need your
Listen.
you need your anti-sipping cap.
When she touched when she was, mind you, I was in 7th grade, man. She touched my soul like that. My body went dum.
Especially as a teenager, bro.
Yeah.
Especially as a teenager, when like everything is heightened, you're just like,
Yeah.
oh boy, you're like a dog.
I was the big fish.
Oh man, but you need to be able to control it. You know, don't allow like African babes. Obviously, now that he said that Cameroonian babes are the same, because in Nigeria, that was one issue I had. I don't know. Obviously, I haven't been in Nigeria as an adult properly, so I haven't been in the dating game as a Nigerian boy.
I don't think that will happen now.
But growing up, like girls will suck your money dry. You're done. Like, I literally just met you. Already like, oh, can you buy me this 10,000 naira? I'm like, bro, like,
Actually, funny enough, I have this story. Let me just put this quick story.
Yeah.
So obviously, I graduated, went to WPI. So it was one of these girls I knew in Nigeria. They were part of my secondary school.
Yeah.
And I started talking to her again. Right?
Yeah.
I started talking to her again. They just say, "Oh, Peter, buy me a bag. Peter, buy me a bag." You know what I mean? Because I was like,
Can you not buy
you
her
have
bag?
to give me I was like, you have to give me something back. You know what I mean? I was like, you have to give me something back. If I buy you a bag,
what's the something?
I'm not
You are so useless. You can't just show love.
But obviously, I was like, you know what? I'll even buy the bag for you for free. Do you know what I did?
What did you do?
I gave her a fake credit card number. What do you say? I don't have any money.
Yo.
I don't have any money.
Oh my god, guy. Honestly, this is why African men deserve African women. Honestly.
Why couldn't you just say no? If you don't want to do it, just say no. Well,
I mean, but that was too boring though. That was boring though. That was boring though.
Yeah, it was boring. I was
like,
let me just play with
Wait,
this
how could you send her your credit card number so then she can be using it for further purposes? You know, Nigerian people now.
That's why I gave her a fake credit card number. It was a joke on the whole point.
Oh.
Let me give you my credit card number. Let me give you my credit card number. Don't worry about it, baby. And she used it to just say, "Oh, the card is not working." I said, "I'm sorry. It seems I don't have money."
Peradventure, I don't have money. Perhaps I do not have money. Wow. Oh, honestly, African men deserve African women. Let me put it that way, because some of them, they just be doing some dumb games sometimes. But yeah, let's move on, man. So Eddie, you spent your time in Cameroon. When you came back to the US, was there like an adjustment phase for you, or was it like you kind of just picked up from where you left off, or did you get bullied for being because now you are the African kid, right? Kinda. How was that transition back?
Once I came back, mind you, I came back and I had the accent. I was just I did not have the American accent that I had before. So even though my friends, they knew me, they said, "Why is this guy just talking like that? He's talking so slow.
You're different, bro.
What's this?"
You're different.
But at least I already had friends. But so
so you went back to the same school?
I went to high school.
Okay.
So people did not. I was not known as the African booty scratcher. No, that was not me. But I picked up quick. I got back into my rapping skills. Speaking with American accent.
You know what? Shout out to the African booty scratchers, man. You're with us. I'm one of you guys. Don't worry about it. I'm literally one of you. Let them call us booty scratchers. When we get that PhD, the medical doctor, the engineers, and they're working for us, let them keep on calling us booty
know who's
scratchers.
kissing whose ass.
Exactly.
That's the way it works, bro. Honestly,
Sir.
that's the way it is. But Ende. So obviously you moved from like coming to America, everything, and then fast forward into WPI, right? What I want to get some tea from you right now, right? When you came to WPI, freshman year, how was your relationship with the female
population?
Because you talked about like the girl touched your shoulder. The guy started bringing out dollars. why you see the same way?
No. I had learned. The simple life ended. I had not reached the current level that I am currently now, but at least I was progressing. Yeah. The simple life had ended. I got into college. Unfortunately, the thing about it, there were more. My high school was the same size as WPI, pretty much, and there was more. There were more women at my high school than WPI. So WPI was not. It was not very encouraging. As Bernard Boy would say, your face is not encouraging.
There was scarcity.
But fortunately, there was the Worcester Consortium, several schools. Yeah, so
Shout out to Clark.
Hey, Clark, Holy Cross,
Assumption.
Holy
Cross.
So yeah,
Holy
it was
Cross,
good.
man.
I mean, there was, and the community is small. The black community at WPI is very small, so that's a bad thing because at least with me, let's just say I had a small entanglement. And then the entanglement partner became vexed about something and just spread some rumor about me to all the black people. So now all the black women just thought I was some asshole. It was not until until they spoke to me after. One girl came and told me, she asked me a question. I was like, I have no idea what you're talking about. That is not true. She's like, oh really? All of this time, like I just thought you were a bad person, blah blah blah. So we just decided to make our distance, but it's okay. It's all about growth, right? Communication is very important.
That's what deadly thing about a small community.
So Andy,
honestly,
since you were chastised by the black community, did you move in a different direction? Were you like a multifaceted kind of man, or you were just like single-minded?
No, not multifaceted. I've always had love for my black queens, regardless of of if they had an issue.
Dr. Omar is proud of you.
Regardless of if they had an issue, all it means is that it's just communication. They do not know. I was waiting for them. And
you didn't shoot your shot at any person that wasn't black. I'm about to fact check this nigga, but it's fine.
Hispanic is black.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
I'm dead.
First of all, Hispanic is not black.
Definitely is not black.
So Eddie, you see, when we talk about Africa, never say Cameroonian men capping sometimes. But it's alright. We move. This man was definitely multifaceted in his shots because he was a notorious shooter. He was known as the shooter of shots, both on the basketball courts and off the courts. Even though on the courts he was always hitting bricks outside.
Wait! Can somebody pull up the video of Chisom and his alley-oop? Somebody.
First of all, it was you that threw the trash alley-oop.
We'll put it in.
Go. Oh! Holy fuck!
Eddie, you were the one that threw the trash alley-oop, fam. Oh man, but anyhow, we'll move on from that, right? Okay, so cool. You did your whole figured out yourself in freshman year, because obviously we all went through that process. Yeah, trying to figure shit out. You're trying to grow and everything. Your first serious relationship, because I've known you for a while, was in junior year. Your junior year, right?
Yes.
So I want to ask you this, right? Like, how did that start, and what made you decide to settle down? Yeah, just like, you know what, I'm done being for the streets, because then it was for the streets, obviously,
and it was
as he said,
straight up for the streets, man.
She belongs to the streets.
he's like, okay, I'm done with this life, let me settle down. What made you change?
First of all, I was never for the streets. Never about that.
Sure.
He was for the gutters.
So let me tell you the thing, right? It was one of those things. It just kind of happened. It was not planned. There was. It was not planned. There was this Cameroonian babe who came in freshman year. No, I talked to her a little bit before moving in, and then she came in. I just saw it, and I just saw brightness. I just saw my eyes. I was shocked. It shocked me.
He shocked you.
It shocked you.
Honestly, it shocked everyone.
Listen. It shocked me because, I came in, and then the crazy thing is that both of her parents were there. So I had my name tag. It said in there, right? And the father is also Cameroonian. He said, "Where are you from? Are you Cameroonian?" I said yes. So then I helped them to move in. This is what the father told me in quotes. He said, "As you're in this school, make sure to take care of my daughter."
And there was like, I got you, sir. And I was like, I got you, sir. I've already been cooking since the summer. Oh man, it's so funny that Eddie says that, because this man was shooting his shot from summer. Like Eddie didn't want to give anyone else a chance. He was like, you know what? I know that this girl is coming to school. once she lands, she already knows all the niggas in school ready to, you know.
I'm like,
She shot her
I
shot.
know,
like,
like, you know,
literally-
I'm going to give myself
She
an edge.
shot her shot at me.
like Chisom, like literally 3 weeks, and they was in a relationship with her. I was like,
Come on, you're exaggerating.
I was like, what?
You're exaggerating. This guy
I
said
was like,
3
this. We literally just saw this girl, like, you know,
Once or
just
twice.
like once or twice, and he's already in a relationship with her, bro. I was like, this guy is moving mad. Like,
It was-
how did he pull this off? Then I just realized, like,
was 2 months.
like hearing the story, it was like the nigga has been shooting his shot since the summer. I was like, okay, that makes sense.
It makes
That
sense.
makes
The
sense.
guy laid the foundation so that he doesn't want to give everyone an equal opportunity, an equal
Yeah.
party chance. He's like, I'm going to give myself an edge.
What do you mean?
Honestly,
Do you see this face? Come on now.
Ende, well played. Ende, well played. I'll put it that way. Well played, fam.
Because you got the catch. Let's be honest.
True.
You got a babe.
He did good for himself. He
We were
did
like,
good for
all of
himself.
us were just clapping for Eddie, like, wow, like you actually did that, like, wow, like,
Even though he
good
cheated,
for you,
even
man.
though he cheated, but it's fine.
What?
I mean, like he cheated. I mean, he didn't cheat in the relationship. I mean, like he
Oh,
cheated. Like he
okay,
gave himself an
please.
edge. Like he. Well, let me clarify. He didn't cheat in the relationship. I mean, like that
Don't
should show them your
try
caps out.
Don't try it.
I mean, like he gave himself an edge when he came to coffee the girl. That's what I meant. Cool. Okay, so Eddie, you did that. You got to your relationship and all of that, right? Obviously, now you're a single man.
Indeed.
So things went wrong at some point, right? What would you say was the turning point in your relationship where things started going downhill?
For me,
it's okay. You don't need to cry.
no, it's
Is that
okay, it's okay, it's okay. So for me, right, it came to a point where I believe, for example, right, if I am a farmer and I have seeds and I throw them out, all of these seeds will at first begin to bud straight, right? But after a while, they'll go like this. Some of them may go this way, some may go this way, some may go this way, right? So, you know, as we began to grow, we just had different points of views on things. And also, I was not able to, because at the end of the day, everyone has their ways that they want to be quote unquote loved, right? And I was not able / willing to do the things that she wanted. So I just was not able / and not to say not even just physically able. Some of it was just not willing to because of just what I wanted to do and my personal beliefs, right? So based off of that, it was like we tried to keep it going. You know, I feel like before you break up, you see that it's coming, but you know, you try to hold on a little bit. But then after a while,
I feel you with
but
that
then
one.
after a while, I was like, you know what? This is just not working because our mindsets and just us two as individuals are just so different. And after a lot of times you notice that after, because once you get to 2 different phases of life, so like I graduated and then we dated for, is it a year and a half after I graduated? But like, you know, after I graduated and she was in school, there's just a lot of differences that began to happen and stuff. So yeah, you know, we had to, so, you know, we split it off, went separate ways. And I'm glad, you know, she's doing the thing. She's got a full-time job doing the thing, you know, excelling. I love it. And I'm
All
doing
right,
me.
yeah. Let me just quickly interject. Do you want to say that one of the reasons why your relationship didn't work, because we were both friends with both of you guys?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we saw everything like happen, kind of.
We
When
saw
you
it
say
play
one-
out, bro. That's
we-
what I was just like,
Do you want to say
yikes.
one of the reasons where like you guys were part of the BSU board and also in a relationship?
No, not at all.
Not at all. You guys had a lot of fight in those BSU boards. I'm just saying.
I know, but that had nothing to do with the reason why we broke up.
Okay.
So like, do you have any sort of regrets or anything like that
Regrets about what?
in the relationship? Like you wish you changed this, you wish you changed that, you wish you improved on this, you wish you didn't do that,
Or
do this
maybe-
that much.
Or
You know what I
maybe
mean?
just the timing of the relationship and everything.
I
you know, like,
have no regrets. No regrets at all. I feel like everything's
My guy.
everything's a learning opportunity, right?
Strong black man.
The things that I may not have done well in that relationship, now I know that the next person I'll be in a relationship, they'll be blessed because now I know how I can
cool.
do
Open
it
your
better.
eyes real quick. What are 2 things you say that you were trash at in your relationship? Tell them, because you know in the future we're gonna be like, yo, ladies, slide into our guys' DMs. So in case we are sending people your way, we don't want people to now come and sue us for sending them to a trash man. So let them be prepared.
So what? So you think what were things that I could have been better?
Just like
on?
2 things. You don't have to open your yash too much, but just two things specifically that you could have improved upon.
I'll say the opening up more, that emotional aspect, right? Opening up more, because I'm just kind of to myself, and a lot of times I tend to I'll look at a situation, right?
Yeah.
And it's either yes or no, or it's left or right. I look at it, a lot of times look at it very logically. But human beings are not always logical beings, we're emotional. So I'll be this does not make sense. And then she'll be like, no, but I feel like, and I'll be like, it doesn't matter what you feel like, it's just not true.
So honestly, that's I think that's something that African men all have in common. That like, bro, you're not making sense. You know what I mean?
And so that's one, and then the other one is more like it's more, I would say, time, because I am the type of person where if I want to do something, I'm very, very focused. So even if, for example, like school and stuff, right? If I have schoolwork to do and like girlfriend, she wanted to hang out and like chill, I'll be like, I'm sorry, I got shit to do. Like I have school stuff, right? So it was.
So you didn't prioritize it as much.
Oh, no,
you prioritized school more.
Oh yes, I did not. I did.
Honestly,
I definitely did. And that is one thing which I noticed, especially when she was in her freshman year. Like I'd be like, yo, you don't have to hang out with me all the time. Like, go study, go do schoolwork, do this.
And then you were like that?
Jesus. I was. No, I literally said that.
Jesus.
Because it's like, maybe if she was not in a relationship with me, she would have focused more. Maybe that dick game
was too good.
And they kept quiet.
Next question.
But anyway, back to that your study stuff. Like, I'm the type of nigga that like, I'll lie to you. Oh, let me just keep quiet. Say it. I just at the time of thinking that if a girl wants to study with me, come study with me. That's what I have to say.
Study.
Girl, study with me.
Peter, it makes sense. That's why you had a relationship with your roommate.
You're mad.
Go back to episode 3, 4, and 5. You hear these stories. Oh man, yeah, but honestly that makes sense, because I'm also like a very like I'm terrible at multitasking. So when I was in school, the way my relationship was set up was we weren't in the same school, right? So it worked out for me because I didn't have to like focus on the relationship during the week. All I had to do was focus on the weekend when I was going to see her, right? So that kind of worked for me because during the week I can focus on school, and then after I can move on with like my relationship, and that was honestly the perfect balance for me. If she was in the same school as me, it may have become tricky. It's very like seeing her every day and like like,
and how like Chisholm was always moving mad, like
moving mad how?
Yeah. You're always moving mad. But let's move on. You're always moving mad.
This guy, I want to flog this man.
Come on, next question.
Next question.
Let's move. Yo, Peter, you have a question, or should I go into BSU drama?
I think we should go enter BSU drama. I think that's a good one.
Cool. Ende.
What's up?
Right, obviously we mentioned before, Ende was the president of the Black Students Union, and BSU, like we explained in previous episodes, honestly, the black community was very small. BSU was like we weren't a club that held water in WPI, right? But then that began to change my sophomore year
when Ende
became president. Like Ende did this thing. So can you just walk us through like how that happened and how that shifted? Because you saw BSU even before where it wasn't as great, and then you saw it at like also the heights,
one of his peaks.
So explain that whole process to us.
Yes, I would say the first thing is I would not have been able to do what I did if I did not come after greats such as, which I'll name, Antoine Cruz, Trey Jeanette, Ashley Smith, Penelope Billiard, people who made Nick Maniga, people who made a great impact on the black community at WPI. So I could not have done what I did without following them. So
when I
I became president my junior year, and that year prior, there was someone on the board who mentioned that, hey, why don't we do a fashion show? Right? So I was like, So when I got to the next year, I started thinking about it. And here's the thing: there are two types of people in this world. The people who will complain just to complain, and the people who will complain to make action. And I'm an action
That's
person.
my nigga.
So
what I'm
look,
talking about.
people would always complain that there was no like events for the black people at WAPI. It's like, yo, what do we do?
That's
Like
true.
the parties. First of all, you go out to the parties, they're trash. The music is trash. You go out to like other events, they're okay.
What parties are you talking about?
Yeah, I was talking about frat
Majority
parties,
of the frat parties, there was some that were.
I mean, and
there was some that were
I saw
bumping, some of them were
I saw
bumping.
your frat parties all the time.
That's
We said-
not true.
I mean,
like, okay, why are
Wait,
you
hold
lying?
on. They are mutually exclusive though. Like you can be at frat parties all the time, and the music can still be trash all the
Yes,
time.
yes, but he's still lying. He's still lying. Okay, but you know,
I mean, they were the ones in France. Me, I was in my room.
I
you know,
went
being a good
sometimes.
boy.
You know, sometimes the music was bumping. Like shout out Antoine Cruz and Fiji Friday. So, but you know, it was just not an event. So I was like, hey, what is it that I can do to incorporate that, right? So I looked at other schools. I have some. I'm from Massachusetts. Some of my friends, they had fashion shows. They had this. They had that. African student unions. So I was like, how is it that I can do that? So bang, went into the first year, had the fashion show. Got people from all different cultures. You know.
Yeah.
I think the goal of that. What was the goal? The theme of that fashion show? It was.
It was DNA.
No, it was not. It was unity in diversity.
Unity and diversity. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
it was
Unity and diversity,
unity
yeah.
in diversity. We wanted to showcase.
I
all
was
the
looking
different cultures.
swagalicious that fashion
Oh
show.
yes, please,
Modoma.
please put some pictures.
Peter,
here. Put
go,
some
show them,
pictures.
show them the
my
face, show
chest.
them the face.
Show the pictures.
This is Ende. This is Chisom. This is me right here. Me right here.
I'll need you people to post some of the pictures. So yes, you know, we had that first fashion show.
We'll post.
One diversity program of the year. But here's the thing: why is that I wasn't personally? I was not satisfied. Why is it that okay, hey, because I'm an organization, I can be diversity program of the year? What is stopping me from being program of the year? Like, no, I don't want to be put in
My
that
guy,
category.
my guy,
So
bigger
I was trying to
goals,
go
bigger
up.
should hire.
So now, that first year, I think my budget was only like 2,000, right? But now I got that big, and people were, that first fashion show was so good. Mind you, it was cold that day. The lines were going outside until some people left because it was cold and they could not get in yet. That's how
Are you
packed
talking
it
about
was.
the first one or the second one?
The first one. Oh, that might be the second one.
Yeah,
It might
yeah,
be the
it's
second one.
bro. The first one wasn't that big, bro. The first one wasn't that big, bro.
Okay. So now the second one, that's when I quadrupled my budget. I said, you know what? I'm a finesse and talk to people. That's why communication and making relationship is good. You got to build those relationships prior
Facts.
to when you need them.
Write that down.
So I talked to different organizations. I did all that, and I was able to get money from some of the departments, and also I did a funding request. I think it was for like 12,000. Mind you, never had people. When I told them I was going to do that, people were like, "No, you can't." Why? Because people had, especially BSU, had never done that type of funding.
I mean, we
request.
never get that kind of funding, right?
Never.
Like people might hear 12,000. Just like, I mean, that's not a lot of money, bro.
Exactly.
But like WPI,
Here's the
that's
thing,
the
though.
PWI.
Here's the thing.
Yep.
A lot of times, what you're able to do is based off of the capacity of your mind. You know what you think, what you see. Because look, listen.
Tell them.
If you have never in your life seen someone get $10,000, right? All the requests are 2,000. Now you begin to subconsciously believe that 10,000 is impossible. Why would I ever do that?
That's
But
true.
someone who has always seen people doing big, 100,000, 500,000, they're thinking 10,000 is nothing. So you know,
Facts.
So like, forget about that. You just gotta go get it. That's what I did. I got that money. We had Cranium come through. Oh yeah, you know,
That's a cranium. Wow, yeah, you take my people. Take my.
Yo, we had people from other schools.
Other schools,
Cranium
yeah.
was
to
there.
WPI.
Who's the host? Clifford Owusu.
Clifford Owusu.
These are all,
We had
these are all blue check people. Though. Blue check.
yeah. What was that dancing we got? The best dance. They went to
Funk
America's
Phenomenon.
Funk Phenomenon. Yo, this was a banger of a show, bro. Like
Yeah,
the
man.
modeling, everything was just
Wait.
sweet.
Should we show them more pictures?
Show them more pictures.
here.
Show them more pictures.
here.
Show
Pictures
them
here.
right there. Show them. Yo, And then obviously I won model of the year. Second year in a row. It's not my fault.
Anyways, and then,
That is a lie.
And then we won program of the year. Boom, done.
Facts.
All right, beautiful.
I mean,
Beautiful.
honestly,
so this was like Ende's visionary for BSC. So he just upgraded everything, and
Yes.
obviously he thanked his predecessors.
Of course, and
Yeah.
and as mentioned, right? I feel like when you're trying to go up, there's always something trying to detract you from going up. It's just that pressure, right? And
Maybe it's a girlfriend. Who knows?
no, I would not say that. No,
Okay,
come
okay,
on
okay.
now.
Okay.
So here's the thing. You guys mentioned about drama. There was a little there was a little bit of drama because we had one of our brands that wanted to come through. It was by a fellow alumni, Clyde Niba. The brand was 69. So in order to get it was a sexual innuendum. Is that what that's called?
Innuendo.
Innuendo. So get in the best position to succeed. 69. You get it? So some members on the board were like, "No, that is inappropriate. We should not have that. Blah blah blah." And I said, "No, I want to support a member. But of course, I'm not like we voted it on as a board because I'm not Paul Biya. I'm not a dictator, though, despite me being Cameroonian. Please, I hope this does not. I hope you will not see this. So like you did that, and then we voted to have it. And some people decided to leave the board. Unfortunately, great people, they decided to leave. And not only did they decide to leave, because me, I was trying to have. You can leave. That's fine. Perfect. If what we're doing does not align with you, I want you because I don't want you to be in a place that you're not comfortable. But some left, and I think they had more grievances that they did not want to tell to us.
You
and they
think?
told us, I know. And so that's when it began next thing I'm seeing a story about how I'm racist, how I've embezzled money, how I've this, like that. It shocked me.
This Cameroonian man,
that's hilarious.
You don't keep the picture though. You Cameroonian man running in black.
You don't understand. There was a whole news report by that Obi made D3 Hoops. A whole news report. I'll show you it. So yeah, they said that I was very confused because here's the thing. Because BSU at the end of the day, the target audience is the Black Student Union. So what we're going to do, that target of what the programs would be is targeted towards Black students. If other people who are not Black, you want to join, that is fine. But I'm not going to change what the goal is and what the target is. So that is that's what made me to be called racist, because I think in the second fashion show, they're like, hey, why don't you incorporate more of this culture and that culture and that? I was like, if they want to participate, that's fine. But my goal is not to showcase, for example, Asian culture. For example, I don't know, Irish culture.
European.
Yes, that's not my
European,
goal.
yeah.
But y'all can pull up and participate and help me to promote the different Black cultures. So yeah.
I mean, literally, what can be more blacker than an African man? Straight up. No offense to all the other niggas out there, but like, this is the truth.
Oh, man.
You know what I mean?
But you know that like even at that time they're like it was honestly a lot of drama because I was part of the board at the time. So I think I was the VP at the time, and like the tension was hot.
Chisom is Chisom is not. He's not a straightforward guy.
I was also part. No, I was.
Yeah, I'm a diplomatic man. I'm a diplomatic man.
I was the straightforward one.
Chisom plays the middle. Chisom goes. He comes to me in the back. Yeah, man, I don't know what this girl is saying. Blah blah blah. And then after that, go and get food from her because she'll give me patties.
Weak.
Give me
You weak, yo, Eddie, calm down. Why is this guy lying on my head? Why is this guy lying on my
Here's the
head?
thing. Mind
Okay, hold on. Before you say Eddie, let's squash this right here. Just everyone is clear. I'm a straight shooter. I'm a straight shooter. I don't go behind people's back talking behind people's back. If I need to tell you something, I tell you to your face, man. You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm not here like going behind me like, and then I go to her and I'm like telling her something. Nah, bro, don't pit a rock. I mean, Niger man.
useless.
But that being said, I'm also diplomatic, right? So I wasn't as harsh as Ende. Ende is like, yo, like, what the? Ende was harsh.
Wasn't harsh. You guys didn't want to talk. I literally remember that board because
harsh at all.
Oh, hold on.
Okay. Like, do you understand that I literally had no issues? After a while, like she had problems with me. I would go and I'd see her. I'd say, "Hey, what's up?" Like I had no issues with anyone. I'm not harsh.
No, Andy.
I had no issues.
Andy, that's what I mean. Not having issues with anyone doesn't mean you're not harsh. You can be harsh and not have issues with anyone. You're just the harsh one. Like that doesn't prove shit. But what I'm saying is this, right? Like, for me, I pick my battles. Right, like if everyone is already heated in the moment, I know we're not gonna have a conversation there. So I'm not going to join and start having the yelling contest with everyone. I'm just like, yo, let's calm down.
Understood.
Drink some ice water.
Have I yelled at anyone?
And then calm down. You know?
No, but Chisom, there were just a lot of things that we had that argument multiple times. And I was also part of the board at that time. I was event coordinator.
He came out of the sunken place.
Return back to the board.
You guys are mad. But I was part of the board at that time. And I just remember, like, everyone was just so, like, beating around the bush about
Peter,
the topic. I
was like, yelling at people? Let's be real.
No, you weren't yelling at people. And to me, I'd never seen Ende yell.
We're not talking about yelling, right? Being harsh doesn't mean you yell, right?
Ende was just like, bro, like, what you're saying is doesn't making sense.
That's what I'm saying. It's not what you say, it's how you say it, right?
Yeah.
Like, if I'm telling you something that clearly means a lot to me, I'm just like, bro, what the fuck are you saying, bro? Even if you're not yelling, that's still harsh. Like, you gotta talk about I'm not saying you were yelling, but you can still be harsh without yelling. You get what I'm saying?
But that board meeting, when it was at its peak of tension, I just remember everyone was quiet and everyone was beating around the bush. And I was just like, bro, this is annoying me right now. Let's just cut it off right now. Is that we move or we don't move? And I was like, I just literally said that, look, I don't think it's sexual. I don't think it's this. I don't think it's that. Let's vote on this. Everyone was just like looking at me like, yo, man, did he actually just say this in front of these guys? Because I'm just like, bro, like, we don't have to beat around the bush. I'm not an American kid. If you have a problem, let's talk about it. That's how I do it.
You see, what is about
from
Peter?
That point, it's like we dropped off.
Yeah, what is about Peter is like, yo, like, he's a nice guy, but then when he gets to his elements, he's like, bruh, let's just cut the shit, fam. For me, I'm a nice guy, and I try to stay diplomatic till the end. You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm like, okay, well, let me try and understand how you're actually feeling, even though it doesn't make sense to me. Let me try and understand it. So that's what Peter is calling beating around the bush. You know, so that's what he's calling. Yeah, beating around the bush. Let's just boom. But there's also room for that. I'll give you that. Like, sometimes you just have to, like, let's just end it and move forward with life.
No. So sometimes I agree with Chisom's point of view.
Yeah.
Like my actions are not always the best. You know, sometimes you have to be diplomatic. You know what I mean? That could also yield the best result. It does depend on the kind of situation.
Okay.
True.
But we can all agree that Ende was a dick. I was not like explaining himself. That's what is the truth. So let's just move on.
And it's fine. It's alright. Don't worry.
We're joking.
In the end, we saw the beautiful thing that we created for the black community.
Yes.
Exactly.
It's a legacy that is going to live on, hopefully forever, even though Corona is
It's
trying
on
to mess it
YouTube.
up.
You can watch it on YouTube.
Yeah.
We'll actually link the fashion show full, the full fashion show
Video.
on video.
Yes.
On YouTube.
Yeah.
On the link below. In the link below.
What else do you have for me, guys? What else do you have?
Yeah. Alright, so let's move on from WPR, right? And so you did all the thing. You graduated mechanical engineering degree, blah blah blah. Cool. Thing though is Ende is not just an engineer, you know, like he does his things on the side. So Ende, can you like walk us through like your highs and low when it comes to
Wait,
what?
Can I just say a statement?
Say a statement.
Ende is not a businessman. He's a business man.
I'm not a businessman, I'm a businessman.
Oh man,
those of
you
you
guys
who
have
know
heard it.
will know.
If you know, you know. But
And
yes,
they continue.
Ende, can you walk us through
Okay.
like your kind of like your business progression and kind of like
Yes.
the goals you had for your life and what made you make certain choices in life?
Here's my thing. So when I went to school and I was at WPI, I studied mechanical engineering with a minor in industrial engineering. And I knew that I did not want to. I don't want to be an engineer on my life. Like I did it because it makes good money. And I wouldn't say it's necessarily is like, oh my god. Like some people, for example, right? They wake up and they're like, oh my gosh, jet engines. Oh my gosh, cars. It's fine. No, that's perfectly. It's not even like that is perfect. And I would love if that was me, right? But that just was not me. So I'm thinking, I'm just trying to put myself in a position where when I get in the future and I have a family, because I'm a family guy, I have my kids and they might have their basketball games, their recitals. I can go.
What about soccer? Why basketball?
Yeah, soccer as well. It's a beautiful sport. That's the most popular sport in the world. I'll be able to go and not be like, oh my gosh, I'm sorry, I have work. Oh, my manager said this, like this. Nah. So I started my first thing. So that's when I started to get into that entrepreneurial footsteps. There's ups and downs, man. I started the first one, Genesis Mirrors. That was the vanity mirrors. So vanity mirror, with the ladies when they're doing their makeup, and sometimes, of course, men as well, but mostly ladies. They have the lighting. So I had the normal vanity mirrors, I had the Bluetooth vanity mirrors, and then I had the on-the-go selfie ring light. So when you with your girls, you can get your thing, get your light on, and at the same time, it was a charger. And at the same time, it had a mirror. So if you go out, like sometimes you got to touch up on your makeup, right? You can touch it up real quick. So I did that. I think I had that for a year, maybe a little bit less than a year.
Damn.
And
so you created a product, a full-on product.
Yeah. So I worked with. So it taught me like working with suppliers. I work with people in China. Work with this customer service, all that type of things, design and whatnot. So I did it for a year, and the reason why I stopped was because for my job I was traveling a lot. I was traveling to Mexico, traveling all these places. So people order, and I'm not getting their orders out till like a week later, and that's bad customer service, So I decided to send the things to a fulfillment center who would take care of the shipping. First of all, it probably would have been better if like I sent it to, I don't know, a friend who I knew or like my brother, and I just pay him to send it out because I'll be faster and cheaper. Yeah. But I sent it to a fulfillment center. And now my margins were low, and I was like losing money. Like people would buy, but just the amount of money I was spending at the fulfillment center wasn't worth it. Yeah, cut that off. Then that's when I went into recently with the presidential election, I had presidential hoops. So like Okay,
so real quick. So your first business was a failure?
No.
What do you mean? I mean, you just said that you cut it off. Your margins were low. You were losing money, and then he goes, "It's not a failure." What do you mean?
I cut it off. I transitioned into something else.
You transitioned.
When I said it was not a failure, I transitioned because I learned so much from that. Mine would never never just the customer service aspect, just the working with suppliers in different continents, understanding how to speak with different people. Knowing how to price things, learning e-commerce. And when I look at all of those things and how I was when I began and how I ended, how can I call that a failure? That's being disrespectful to the blessings. That's being disrespectful to the blessings that the Lord gave me.
It's the mindset. It's the mindset. Love it. Cool. I mean, I hope you guys can take that away. Like your failures are not always failures. But let's move on.
I went into presidential hoops. Because with the presidential election coming on, you had Donnie and Joseph.
Joe boy.
So, the thing was, I was like, how is it that I can capitalize on this? Because at the end of the day, like as a producer, you got to really think, what is really popping right now? Because not every business has to be a long-term thing. Some things could just be short. You're looking at what's popping right now, and you capitalize on it. It's the same.
What's trending?
I like that. Same thing how
as a hustler.
The same thing how sometimes with stocks, right? Some people there's long-term stock investors, sometimes there's short-term, right? True, so I was like, okay, cool. The presidential, blah blah blah. Let me try and capitalize on that. I like basketball, and so like, how is it I can target like the urban youth? So I came out with presidential hoops. So presidential hoops, we had these tees. So we had tees and hoodies. So this was the number one, right? So this one, this one was called the Answer Tee.
Show it to your camera. They
can see it. This one's called the Answer. Okay. And this is Joe Boy, Mr. Joseph.
Joe Boy.
Walking.
You're my son.
Walking right over Trump.
You're my son.
And that's based off of Allen Iverson, Tyronn Lue, that iconic moment. Yeah. So if you're a hooper, you know what that is.
Yep.
Yes, sir. And then there was another one, which was the second one. This one was called the Anything Is Possible. This is with the First Lady Kamala and Mr. Joe. Kamala's
say First Lady.
Kamala is showing. Oh, that's
First Lady, nigga.
How go beats?
That's the First Lady.
They're not presidents. When I said the first, I meant the first black vice president lady.
Yes, sir.
She's throwing up the alley-oop to Mr. Joe. Anything is possible. And that one is based off of the Dwayne Wade to LeBron.
James.
Exactly.
LeBron James.
King James.
I had that out for a little bit. Those are not out anymore. Like, those were very exclusive. But, I mean, if someone is still interested, you can hit me up. I must see what I can do. And I see what I can do. Get you like an exclusive copy.
Yeah, you hit us up first, then we hit him up for you.
Exactly.
Yeah, so we're the middleman.
Yeah, do that discount code. Yeah. So that's what's happening. And then I help out with in terms of marketing with certain products. So there's CC's. I work with this cooking company, so CC's African Kitchen. I help with their marketing because you know what? Because I've always said, my love language is cooking, right, and food. So I love home cooked food. So of course, like,
is it that you like cooking it, or do you like it being cooked for you?
I prefer it being cooked for me. But right now I'm by myself, so I'm gonna cook it for myself. So that's why if you listen in the other episode they talked about Africans' love language, right? They said food. Mm-hmm. You want to get that African man? I'm talking in the camera right now. CC's African Kitchen.
Yep.
Get this book. It's on Amazon. It's on Walmart. It's on everything. Honestly,
we'll link it below.
The book is amazing. Let me open the random page.
It's even on Audible.
Listen,
you can get it on
goat pepper soup. My goodness, that's enough. So yeah,
if you need creations, that book got you. You can
I tried to make that real quick. So what's up?
I hope we are getting a cut for this advertisement, though.
Oh, come on now. Did I hit on as much as you wanted?
Yeah. You did that.
I think you're missing one major thing is when you became, a big boy homeowner.
Oh,
that was a huge one. That was a huge one. Under 25. Sorry, under 30.
Okay, so actually, I'll mention. There's two things, right? So I also had ride-on rentals. So here's the thing: I purchased a vehicle with my cousin. This vehicle we purchased was $9,000, right? And that vehicle was rented out to people to use for rideshare service. So people are using this vehicle to make money. And here's the thing: the great thing about that, I would suggest everyone, if they're able to, actually you probably are able to kind of get into, especially depending on your market, because if you purchase a vehicle for $9,000, let's say you budget for expenses and fixes $600, that's $9,600. Let's say you make on average, because for me, first of all, when I put the car up, the next day I had a booking. So let's say on average, on the low end, you make $800 a month, right?
Swag.
800 times 10, 8,000.
Is this just the revenue or profit?
Total revenue.
Okay.
800 times 10, that's 8,000. 800 times 12, that's 9,600. So look, you spent 9,600 for the car. So that's included. That's like the purchase of the car for 9,000 plus, let's say, 600 in repairs. And in 1 year, you've made 9,600. You know what that is? A 100% cash on cash return. The stock market averages 11, probably less.
Actually, 8.
So 100% cash on cash return. That is crazy. And after that, you can I got to that. Then you're talking about real estate. Purchase the.
No, but I think you're missing something, because I believe that that car is where's that car?
Where's the car right now?
Okay, yeah.
Something happened to that car.
Of course. In everything, right? There's ups and downs, right? So right now, actually, with that vehicle, I don't have it right now because one of the drivers, he went to pick up food and left the car running. I don't know what he was thinking, and the car was stolen. Moment of silence.
Moments of silence for that car. All right, so did that even last a year?
But here's the thing. Here's the fortunate thing, right? It was stolen, right? But I have that insurance, so I'm going to get that money back. And once I get that money back, I'm back into it. I'm back into it. I'm back into it. It's ups and downs. Like, you can't have. I do not have an emotional connection to the car, so it's like okay.
It is what it is.
Yep, it is what it is. And then you guys mentioned with the real estate. So I just purchased a house last month, actually. And we thank God.
Wow. So we need to step up our game.
We need to step up our game, bro. Like,
So here's the thing. I purchased this house, and I partner with my cousin. So I live in this house with 3 beds, 3 baths. I rent out the other 2 rooms, right? And the rent of those people in the other 2 rooms, it pays off my mortgage completely. So I'm pretty much living for free. And what does that mean? I'm also able to save more. My potential money to save has increased, and I can use that to increase my savings, get another house in a year or two, and kind of continue the whole process. So that once I have a lot like that, then I'll be good. Because I'm just trying to set myself up to be well when it comes to my family. You
want to put yourself in the best position to succeed.
When it comes to my family, my future wife, my kids, I want to be good, and my mother and father. I come
big boy things.
Yes, sir.
So when are we getting our own free rent too?
Yeah, I mean, since you're doing big things.
When are we getting our own free rent? Our own free rent. We need our free rent.
I'm sorry, I'm having connection issues. Next question.
Alright. So you can see everyone, you can see that this man is doing big boy things. Very accomplished man, multifaceted, has a holistic approach to everything he does in life. You know what I mean?
But at the end of the day, he's not even in reality though. You don't need to be ordered to do this. This is just Ende, the small kid from Low that went to Cameroon and is back in WPI. This is
anyone can do it.
All these things. So don't think that this is just something that all the tycoons do. You can start at whatever level you are and start doing it. But beware though.
It's not easy.
It's not easy.
It's not easy
because I'm sure Ende being a landlord now, you can tell me that it's not it's not for the faint-hearted. The nigga shake his head. He's like, yo. Oh man. But anyways, we'll move on from that. It's thank you, Andy, for joining us in this week's episode. But I think we should play a little game. I think this has very this has been entertaining and educational as well. So let's deal with a banger. Peter, you want to take the game away?
Yeah. So this game is called Which One Would You Rather? It's kind of like a versus game. Which one would you pick? And let's say I say Chisom versus Pira. You say Pira.
Obviously Chisom.
You feel me? You say
Chisom,
Pira.
obviously.
Pira. You say Pira.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like that. So let's start. Right. The first one I'll ask you is Beyonce versus Rihanna. Which one?
The Queen versus the foreign babe.
If it ain't foreign, it's boring. Come here, Riri. Come here, Riri. Work. Hey.
Work. Yo, that was a banger, man. Parties when that song comes on.
So how about you? What's your own? Which one are you picking, Beyonce or Rihanna?
That's hard, man. I'm never gonna lie.
I know who I'm picking,
but
I'm picking Beyonce, bro. Queen B all day.
Queen B all day.
Queen B all
Honestly,
day.
I'll take both. I'll take both of them.
You take both? Okay, Chizo takes both. I take Queen B. And
I'll take both of them.
This one is very interesting. There's a little bit of spice. Kevin Samuel, you know what I mean? Versus Dr. Omar.
Who's Kevin Samuel?
Johnson. Oh, you don't know who Kevin Samuel is? I think you do know who Kevin Samuel is. Don't start lying.
Don't be copy here, bro.
Can you please remind the audience who Kevin Samuel is?
Kevin Samuel is a relationship expert, and he advises He advises black men, black women on how to to get the love of your dreams. Simple as that. You can check him out on Instagram, on YouTube.
Can you give me one? Can you give me one of his quotes or something? Can you just give me something to base this off? Just give me one thing.
You're average at best. You are average at best. That's one of his quotes.
Ew, that thing was bad. I was just like, bro. I was like, bro. Anyways, I'm never going to put my own 2 cents in there.
I will always say that. Look, personally, if your value is based off of the consumer, right? If I'm a producer, the value of my product is based off of that particular consumer.
Business analogies.
So here's the thing: I either find a different customer who will value me higher, or I change if I want that particular customer / audience, right? So if he thinks you're average at best, okay,
you move on to the next one that thinks you're great.
That thinks you're great. Or if you really want that, you try and change it up to become better than average at best.
So basically, if you want a high value man, you need to change up. That's what he's trying to say. Okay, so you're picking Kevin Samuel then, right, Ede? Is that your pick?
You just put words into my mouth, but yes.
Literally, that's what you said.
That's not what I said. Okay. But yes, sure. I'll go with Mr. Kevin.
Oh, you're going with Mr. Kevin?
Over Dr. Omar.
Over Dr. Omar.
Over Dr. Omar.
Black
over
queen.
Dr. Omar.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Okay, I mean,
Politics
who are
over
you picking?
Punani.
Yeah. So which one are you picking?
Honestly, I can't even pick any of them, to be honest. But if I really had to, it's like, bro, what the hell, man? Jesus.
You have to pick one. You have to pick
I'll
one,
just
bro.
go with Kevin. Let's just go with Kevin.
You just go with Kevin.
Let's just go with Kevin.
Yo, Kevin, I'm picking Kevin too. This is a clean sweep.
Clean sweep.
Dr.
Jesus.
Omar, but we love you.
Yeah.
That's the truth. We love
Yeah.
you, Dr. Omar. Keep on doing what you're doing. We'll donate to your children's school. Don't worry about it. Let's go.
Oh man. Alright. Should I ask one?
Ask one.
Alright, so I'll say is this one? This one is very simple, and Cameroonian babes versus Niger babes. You already
Cameroonian
know,
babes.
but
Okay, so I'm hearing Nigeria from
I'm
this
hearing
voice.
Niger babes too.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on to the next one. All right. Real estate versus the stock market. You know, SP 500 versus
S&P.
you know, is it S&P?
Yeah.
So
I thought it was
when you're,
S&P,
when you're
yeah.
speaking of real estate, you're talking about real property, right? Not like REITs, because there's real estate investment trusts.
No,
or
we're not
whatever.
talking about. Like,
I mean, you
the
can
REITs,
buy.
no.
Yeah.
We're not talking about the REITs. We're talking about like real real estate.
Okay.
Are
a
you
tough one.
occupying those
a
buildings
tough
or are
one.
you occupying those portfolios?
That's a tough one.
You feel me?
Real estate. I'll say real estate.
Real estate. So it's occupying those buildings instead of
Yeah.
occupying its portfolio. Let's move on.
Move. Dope. Alright.
All right.
I'll ask you this one. Just for, would you like a modern woman or a traditional woman?
I'll be out. Can you give me a what does that even mean? Can you give me a
It's up to you, bro. Like it's up to you to define. Okay. Let's put it like this. Like,
Are you going for Cardi B? Right?
No.
Which one? What's an
what?
example of a traditional woman?
I don't know.
Candice Owens? Oh no.
Candice Owens is traditional.
I mean, those are two extremes. Those are two extremes.
That's perfect.
Cardi
Are you
B
going for
or Candice
or
Owens?
Candice Owens. Are you going for Cardi B or Candice? Which one are you picking?
Y'all
bro?
are wild. Oh my god. No.
Okay, let's remove Cardi B because Cardi B is not black. Let's go
Megan
with
Thee Stallion
Megan Thee Stallion
or Candice Owens?
or Candice Owens.
What do you mean by going for? What does going for mean?
I mean, wifing up, bro. Wifing
Yeah.
up. Come on.
Why am I marrying
This
Candace
nigga is
Owens?
gonna be moved bad.
Why am I marrying Candace Owens?
I mean, bro, just one
Megan
or
Thee
the other,
Stallion is
bro.
right there. Megan
You
Thee
can
Stallion is
take
right
Megan.
there. You can take Megan.
Boss it. Boss it.
City girl
Boss
vibes.
it.
City
Boss
girl
it.
vibes.
Issue.
You know,
Boss
black
it.
girl summer. You feel me?
Hot girl. Hot
She
girl.
does all that stuff for marketing. You see what she's there wifed up. She does that stuff for marketing.
I mean, is she not the same girl that got shot by Tory Lawrence?
They make their music. They say,
What's his name?
I don't cook, I don't this, but they have their men and they do it.
Yeah.
They're very
I mean, one
smart.
of them is divorced. And the other one got shot in the leg by a man.
I mean, that was
Just
not our
say.
fault, bro. Like, let's calm down with that. Let's calm down with that side.
No, but I'm trying to say is like he's like trying to say that they are doing big brain kind of thing. We know Offset. He was offsetting other girls. You know what I mean?
Sorry, video. Nice.
All right.
All right, we back. We had some technical difficulties, but we back, baby. So, Ende will pick up right from where we stopped. Candice Owens versus Megan Thee Stallion. Let's just say you're equally attracted to both physically.
Mentally, spiritually, all.
But I'm just talking about like the persona.
Yeah.
Or both.
Yeah.
I don't know them though. I really don't know them.
But you picked
What do you-
Beyonce. You picked Rihanna when we were talking about Beyonce and Rihanna.
Did you
You know
know them?
Beyonce and Rihanna?
Do you know them
That
personally?
was based off of physical attractiveness.
Okay, but we're talking about like Candice Owens, the persona, or Megan Thee Stallion, the persona. You don't need to know their personal lives, but just what they portray online.
Yeah. Who is your type?
Because for all we know, Candice Owens could be.
She could be busting it out
I
in
mean,
the bedroom.
I don't want to do too much.
I've seen. Here's the thing. All right, this one's. Let me think. Like Candace Owens, she be saying some wild shit, but I personally think that there are some points that she makes which are
So you're going with Candice
valid,
Owens,
right?
You're going with
And
Candice Owens.
then when you get to Megan, remind you
This
said,
nigga stop bouncing around.
and then you said Megan.
Uh-huh.
Shit. But she's the entertainer. You said this is my wife.
This is your wife, bro. This is your wife.
Who are you? Look at his face.
Yo, if you're watching this on YouTube, you'll just see the terror in that this face right now.
Let me think.
Peter, you have your answer, Abi.
I know my answer already.
You know your answer. Oh.
75 years later.
We're waiting for you end the talk now.
Come on now.
Pick one.
Pick one.
You know what? Come here, Megan.
He went for the stallion.
He went for the pregnant stallion. Okay.
Oh,
They gotta be
Peter,
divorced in
Peter.
like 5 years. I am going with Candice Owens.
Even though she said some wild shit.
Even though she says some wild shit, Candice Owens is wife material. That's the shit. She is wife material. I'm going with Candice
Oh
Owens.
man, yo.
That's my definition of wife material. Don't come at me.
Yeah.
She's not the objective definition of wife material. It's subjective.
Let's just be clear.
Let's just be clear. Yeah,
Oh man. For me, I'll go with Candice Stallion.
Shut up here, bro. Shut up here.
Next question.
I need both. I need the proper, and I also need the.
This guy is diplomatic as hell.
Okay, but on the real, even though Candice is kind of wild, but when I talk, at least I know I'm going to stay married to Candice for a while.
Yes,
I know that if I marry Candice, we're probably going to stay married till the end. So like we can figure out the rest, but yeah, definitely Candice when it comes to wife material. Oh man, but alright, let me ask this one, right? This one will be clean and quick, and they don't need to go too deep into it.
Yeah.
Would you rather be a simp or a bad boy?
Bad boy.
Bad boy.
Wow.
Wow.
So how about you? How about you?
Honestly, when I think about like the fact that I want to make it to heaven, I feel like simps are more likely to make it to heaven than bad boys.
That's not true. Move. Okay.
Honestly, I don't know. Honestly, now for real, I'll probably be a bad boy over a simp. Simps, the lives they lead, is not it, man. It's not it. It's just not it.
All right.
Peter, what about you?
Bad boy for sure.
Bad boy.
Bad boy for sure.
Let's do one more.
Last one. Let me ask this one. This is gonna be the last one.
Alright.
All right, and no body count or high body count when it comes to your partner. Whether it's whatever partner you define as partner. You know what I mean? Do you want the person to have 0 body count or high body count? Pick one.
I'm slightly confused by this question because why is the value of the partner based off of how many?
No,
sexual
it's not
partners
value.
you have?
I mean, it's
that's
not
up to
value,
you, bro.
bro.
Like,
It's up to you.
It's up to you to define whether the value is or is not.
We just say pick one.
The question
You just
is
pick one. That's literally it.
Because
Yeah, try to be diplomatic.
Look at his mouth. Why are you moving your mouth?
but no. I just think we need to stop.
Stop what? Stop what?
People
Say
will
your
do.
truth, fam.
People will
Speak
do what
your
they.
truth.
People will do what they're going to do.
Yes,
and,
nah.
and here's the thing.
And you're gonna pick one of them.
And realistically, how often? I don't know. When you guys get into relationships,
Guys,
when you guys get into relationships, right? How often do you guys say you're vibing in a relationship, blah blah blah, and then you say, "Hey, how many people have you had sex with?"
I mean, how many
And they-
relationships have you been in to be able to ask that question? So it's not like we've been in a plethora of relationships to be like, oh.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I get what you're saying though. I
But
get
you
what
still
you're
have
saying.
to answer the
But
question.
that's not the question.
You still have to answer the question.
The question. We're not saying that you need to overvalue or undervalue. We're just asking you.
Pick
Two
one.
people.
Pick
Pick
one.
one. 0. That's why we were extreme, right? So we didn't go in the middle. We were extreme.
Yeah.
0 or high.
Okay, so 0 or 100.
So okay, 0 or 99.
No. Don't
No,
don't
0
give
or
him.
high,
Don't
fam.
give him a number.
Don't give him a
Don't
number.
give him a
0
number.
or 100. Because look
He
at
said 0 or
that is
high.
that- I
0
feel
or
like
high.
0 or
fam.
high.
0 or high.
Dang, like whether you're a man or a woman and you got 100, like I feel like there's something.
Bro, you're beating around the bush.
There's
fam.
something up.
0 or high. 0 or high.
I thought you were a straight shooter.
I'm a straight shooter.
This was
that's-
Ede was accusing me of saying one thing here, then I'll go into my brother and say something else. This nigga doesn't want to talk now.
No, I needed to understand the full situation. Do you understand
Yeah,
that?
0 or high.
Yeah.
Huh?
0. I'll teach her everything I know.
Oh! This one is answer. This one answer your own.
And then you went with 0.
I honestly, do you know what's so messed up about
I'll
this?
teach her everything I know.
Do you know what's so messed up about this? We're about
What?
to trigger a lot of people. So choose your own. Choose your own. Choose your own. Choose your own.
I mean, obviously, we're not overvaluing the importance of it. But honestly, if I had to pick one, yin or yang, I'll go with 0.
I'm also going with 0. This is a clean sweep.
Yeah, the double standard is
clean
real,
sweep.
man.
Oh my god.
I don't see a double standard.
No, I'm joking. I'll just try to.
From my point of view, there's definitely a double standard in society. But from my point of view, I don't, because even if a dude has 100, like, bro, like, yo, what's good with you, bro? Like, damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's really trying to
That's
press
for
on
me
100.
personally.
No, we can talk about like what is actually high to you later on.
Alright,
in the
for all
future.
those girls who are zeros, hit end this line up.
You're such a fool.
Hit end this line up.
Slide in that is
That's
here.
not
Hit
true.
end
That's
this line
not
up.
true.
Oh, you want the high ones? The high ones too.
Contact me regardless. Let's talk about life.
Regardless,
Let's
talk.
talk about life.
Let's
Let's
talk.
talk about how the Lord can bless us and we can build.
But I get what you're saying though. Like, there's also other things that are more important.
Yeah,
than, like,
definitely. Oh,
yeah, so like
this is
so
just a
that's-
joke, guys. It's just a joke.
guys.
It's just for
It's all
fun.
jokes, yeah.
You know what I mean?
As Ed is a bit worried. You know.
you people are trying to pressure and get my type. That's what you're doing.
Alright, let's call it the day. Let's call it the day. Alright. And then
real quick.
yo, Chisholm, take it away.
Oh yeah, sorry. Alright, cool. But thank you so much for joining us in this week's episode of the Afro Journal podcast. I know Andy wants to say something. You know, it's like he wants to leave you with a few parting words.
And that's some closing
So Andy,
remarks.
take it
You know
away,
what I'm
bro.
saying? So, shout out to all those who listened to this great episode. I'm great to see these two African men who came all the way from the streets of Niger to be in the United States of America succeeding. That's great. That's thousands of kilometers away. So you're inspiring so many people, and I want to continue doing that. And to all of the listeners right now, I was talking a lot about the importance of getting your mind right. When you get your mind right, you can get your physical self right, and you get your pocket right, and then you all right all around. So I just want to give us some suggestions of some books that kind of help me, how to win friends and influence people. That really helps you with your finessing skills. And then you got Rich Dad Poor Dad, and then you got what was the one in Babylon?
The richest man in Babylon.
The Richest Man in Babylon.
Yeah.
And there's the Compound Effect. There's so many different books, and so you won't be distracted like people like Peter right now. So if you're interested, if you want to get a copy of those, I have those for free, ebooks. It's in my Instagram bio. So while you're going to my Instagram bio, just follow me, man. Matter of fact, you can slide in my DM too.
Slide
We'll
in
see what's popping.
as well.
All right now.
Facts. Peter, what was one book that you recommend for the people?
I recommend Can't Hurt Us. Can't Hurt Me. Jesus, English. Can't Hurt Me. By
Especially the audiobook.
David Goggins. The audiobook is lit. The book itself is also lit. But if I had to choose one, do the audiobook. The audiobook is perfect. You hear the actor
It's
David
a
Goggins.
podcast.
He went from David Goggins to Goggins. For all my people that know what that means, they know what that means. All right.
I bet. Honestly, this was dope. We got like the laughter here, we got the business, we got everything. So value and entertainment all in one. Where else would you find something like that but the Afro Journal podcast? You can find us on Instagram at Afro_Journal. You can send us emails as well. We're on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, everything. You can send us email afrojournal2020@gmail.com. Before we sign out, Ende will leave you with the proverb for next week.
Okay. Oh, okay. Let me think. I got you.
Alright, thank you.
No matter how hot your anger is, it will never cook a yam.
Cocoyam.
No matter how hot your anger is, it will never be able to cook a cocoyam.
Alright, so is this a frying pan or like a pot? Because I'm missing my frying plantain.
It does not know. It doesn't matter how hot.
My frying yam, fried plantain. Oh, frying yam, fried plantain, fried yam, That's the latest shit.
Yeah.
Lit.
Yeah.
We stew.
We still an egg sauce.
I have to go. You people are wasting my time. I have a meeting to go to. What's it?
Alright, thank you, ladies and
bet.
I have a
gentlemen.
date. I have a date to
It's your,
get to.
he has a bit. So now this thing in the DMs. It's quick. It's quick. Yo,
Already.
if you're trying to get a
You see the
relationship,
place
call with the Average Journal podcast. It's your boy Chisom Ejikeme Jerry Jeremiah Okafor.
And it's your boy Peter Ikechukwu Chibuzo Aliogo Jr. And it is
You know, see, man's in the Agami Kimbang, aka the Cameroonian Dandada, aka Ende and Night, aka the Bazooka. Pop, pop, pop.
Pop, pop, pop.
I don't have those long Nigerian names of those people.
Oh man, we love to see it. And we out, boys.
bye.
Peace.